Last night, the Carambola Beach Hotel featured a workshop on solar energy. Let's take a look.
We realize that we will not achieve the goal of 60% fossil fuel reduction by the year 2025 if we don't engage our major stakeholders, to include the government, the private sector, and all ratepayers here in the territory. And for that, a heartful welcome for you taking the time to come here today to do your part to learn and see how you can fit in with small wind energy production.
We are here to educate the people in Tacoma about safety as far as implementing wind energy. We're also here to help Whopper reduce their dependency on fossil fuel. We're also here to take this to another level because we have the capacity, we have the resources here in the Virgin Islands for solar as well as wind. And I don't see myself as just a wind guy. I would like to see myself as an alternative energy person.
And when we come back from this break, we'll take a look at your Caribbean reports. Stay with us. And let's take a look at your Caribbean report for tonight and what's happening down island. St. Lucia police have warned against a rush judgment in a case in which a 22-year-old woman is alleging that officers facilitated her gang rape. Warning came against a tidal wave of national outrage ever since the story broke. Police welfare associations say public comments by some unnamed prominent citizens, even as investigations into the allegations continue, threaten to undermine the Royal St. Lucia Police Force as an institution. Questions are being raised about the woman's story, but she insists she has told the truth. And in St. Kitts and Nevis, there is concern over government plans to put in place wiretapping legislation in St. Kitts and Nevis, despite assurances from Prime Minister Denzel Douglas that the proposed law will not be abused. The government says the measure is intended to help clamp down on the escalating crime. But opposition parliamentary leader Sean Richards says private telephone conversations have in the past been played on political platforms. There are fears that this could become more prevalent with the introduction of the proposed law. One would have to wonder if there's a way to legitimize government getting into personal affairs of individuals here in St. Kitts and Nevis, Sean Richards stated. And Caribbean high school leavers are contemplating their future after receiving their CXC results this week. It followed on the heels of the release of the Advanced Proficiency Exam last week. The Caribbean Examination Council has also been assessing this year's performance. This week has been one of jubilation and in some cases heartbreak for across the Caribbean who received their exam results. The CXC Pro Registrar Glenroy Cumberbatch told reporters that they were generally satisfied with the results. And finally, the Vuvuzela rules. The Vuvuzela, the horn blown recently by fans during the World Cup in South Africa, is one of around 2,000 new entries into the latest Oxford Dictionary of English published on Thursday. Other new words have been influenced by the global economic crisis and include quantitative easing and toxic debt. Some other entries derive from the internet terminology, such as microblogging. The Oxford Dictionary of English is not the same as the more well-established Oxford English Dictionary. And that's your Caribbean report for tonight. Well, tomorrow afternoon, you can get a taste of the way radio used to be. We're talking about the golden age of radio. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. It is Friday, and that's cool. Now we can get some lighthearted comedy for the weekend. You might remember Abdul Ali, journalist, of course, columnist, and news reporter and community activist. And he's going back to the old days of radio again this weekend on 970 WSTX. And that's great. You bring back the tradition of old-time radio like Abbott and Costello and Jack Benny. You know, we're too young to really remember the golden age of radio. But it's 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, and we can all tune in on 970.
That is correct. And we're going to be doing a play again about mosquito fly. We're calling it the Summer Entertainment Meltdown. And so it's the play about a horse, its experiences here in the Virgin Islands, down at the racetrack. It has court scenes in it. There's a lot of drama, a lot of excitement, and it uses all the cultural nuances that you could think about that really makes us into a people. We figure that in and amongst all the other things which are happening, let's show some comedy in there, and that's what's happening tomorrow. The play is actually written by me, but the producer is Alric Batiste, and he's been writing plays for many, many years here in the local community. We got the help of Generation Now with some of their people to come and play the parts, as Dr. Olaf Hendricks. He isn't in the play, but he was the psychiatrist who treated my horse. And then, of course, we had to go to prison. Not to prison, a lie. Let me back up on that. We went to court.
Yeah.
They fined me $2,500. I appealed the case, and so what you're going to hear about tomorrow is the appeal and all the other things that happen in that. It's pretty exciting stuff.
9:70 tomorrow, and it's
Saturday,
what is it rated?
Saturday.
PG.
PG for anyone. Yeah, definitely. No swearing, nothing out of the way.
The second part of
Mosquito Fly. Yes,
That's
and
9:70.
we're calling it the Summer Entertainment Meltdown.
All right.
So it's going all
Listen,
the
if
way
people
down.
want to get in touch with you, if they'd like to write for you or maybe get on the air with you or give you some suggestions, how can they do that?
They can call 332-1835, and I'll be happy to sit down and talk
One
with
more
them.
time, 332.
332-1835. We need people in the community who want to write about their experiences in the home, all the things that are happening, bad, good, indifferent, and whatever, and put it into entertainment form so that we could look at it and perhaps learn and enjoy it all at the same time.
All right, I got to get
Thanks
down
a
to,
lot.
Obviously, I have to get down to the horse races with Abdul Ali. I'm Wes Small for News Channel.